her motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm honored to speak on this topic. I worked for decades in our nation's public schools as a school nurse, and I saw firsthand in my community the tremendous effects that Head Start programs have for so many of our most vulnerable children. No one is a stronger supporter of this program. But today is really not about the children of Head Start or their families. Today is about ending the childish behavior of the Republican leadership who continue to stand in the way of reopening our government. Let me be clear. We are here today because one faction of one party in one House of Congress has shut down the United States government because they don't like one law, the Affordable Care Act. This is a law that was passed by this Congress. It was affirmed by the Supreme Court, and it was a focal point of the last election, where the candidate for president who supported the law won. But none of this matters to our Republican colleagues. Instead, they have let their obsession with repealing the Affordable Care Act bring our entire federal government to a screeching halt. Mr. Speaker, this piecemeal approach, pushed by my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to reopen certain parts of the government, is merely a facade. It's a gimmick, as my colleague referred to it, giving the illusion that they are trying to fix the problem. But they are not. Instead, we find ourselves here picking and choosing and waiting for them to decide whose lucky day it is to be funded by the Republican leadership. This is not the way to run a great nation. Even if we reopen Head Start programs, what about the millions of other students that benefit from programs administered by the Department of Education? What about the families who cannot get their child care vouchers? What about the job training programs to help the unemployed parents get back on their feet? How long do they have to wait, Mr. Speaker, until we get around to funding their programs? When is their lucky day? We cannot continue government funding by picking programs out of a hat. If the House leadership really wanted to fix the problem, they could do so today. If they would just bring a clean, continuing resolution to the House floor and vote. At least 25 of our Republican colleagues have publicly supported a vote for a clean, continuing resolution. That is enough votes to end the shutdown today. We know it, the Speaker knows it, and the American people know it. So we are still waiting. Now let me say it again. This government shutdown does not have to continue. We can end it right now. My amendment today is the 9th time that Democrats have provided a solution to end the government shutdown. And it is the only way to get a vote on the clean, negotiated, continuing resolution today. So I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to take this opportunity. Let us stop wasting time. We must reopen the government. We must get back to our work, which is to rebuild our economy, to support our veterans, to pass a farm bill, to address the many other challenges that this great nation of ours faces. To do so, we need to stop playing these games. Therefore, I urge my colleagues, including my many Republican colleagues who have called for a vote on a clean CR, to join me today and to end this charade. I urge a yes vote on this motion, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlelady yields